Good afternoon, everybody. Today is February 9th, 2015, and welcome to our live market analysis for the EUR/USD. I'm the Chief Technical Analyst here at HyperFX Academy, and I'll be walking you through some of the daily setups that occurred during the US session. Now, one of the basic skills required to trade the Forex market successfully as a scalper, I believe, is the ability to identify support and resistance levels, along with the ability to draw trend lines, okay? Now, if you notice on the screen here, you're looking at a 5-pip Renko chart, and we have one of our just simple zigzag indicators that identifies the support and resistance levels. And one of the simple strategies we teach in our workshop is a simple break strategy. And what we do is we draw support and resistance lines, and as soon as the price action breaks this trend line, we enter the trade in the same direction as the break. So today, I'll start drawing some of the entries for you here. Our first entry would have been this breakdown here on the EUR/USD. Let's see here. So this would have been our first breakdown here that occurred early in the AM, I'd say around 3 or 4 this morning. And that was a beautiful break. It yielded a lot of profits there very quickly. And then our second entry would have been this horizontal break. If you had missed that entry, you would have got another opportunity right at this location here. And again, you can see that this bar broke this horizontal trend line at this location here, so the price action crossed this trend line, and that again signals an entry on the downside, so we simply take a sell position. After that, we had another horizontal break at this location here, and you can see that the price action broke the horizontal trend line there as well for another easy entry. After that, we had our first up break when we connected these two dots here, and that again was a very simple entry. And then after that, another horizontal break here. You can see that as we scroll to the right, and the price action broke that trend line at this location here, so that signaled a possible buy as well. If we continue, we then had a sell entry here at this location here. Now keep in mind that you're going to have some entries that only go for a few pips, and here's an example of that. You see this bar, sorry, let me zoom in here. This bar here closed this trend line and went for 5 pips, but in most cases you would not have taken only 5 pips. So when you get the opposite signal, so we had this entry here, it went for 5 pips, but you notice the price action crossed on the opposite, in the opposite direction. So I've been getting a lot of comments and questions about, when do I exit a trade, or what is the target profit, or when do I exit a trade. So my suggestion would be, if you get an entry and then you get the opposite signal, you definitely want to close out the first entry and get into the second position, because the first one was a fake out essentially. So this went for 5 pips, but in most cases you would not have taken that. You would have still been in this trade. But then once you get the break in the downside here, you definitely want to close this position off and enter in the opposite direction. Now what you can do is actually, some people would double up on after the fake out to take advantage of the fake out, or you can enter at the same amount you did with this order to be even safer. So that's really up to you as far as money management is concerned. But if you have a signal and then you get a signal in the opposite direction, I would definitely get out of the initial trade and get into the new direction, because in most cases that's the correct direction. And after that position, our next entry would have been this break here, and again a beautiful clean entry, and that yielded another 5, 10, 15 pips. Now we're looking at a trade live here, okay? So you notice that we connect these two blue dots, right? And this bar just crossed this trend line, so this would be a perfect sell opportunity. So it's a very simple system. Again, we're using Renko bars combined with horizontal and angled trend lines. This again is a very simple basic system that will put you ahead of most of the traders out there. And again, this is something we teach in our workshop very early on, and it's a very basic strategy, but it's a very simple and very powerful strategy. So as you see today, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. One only went for 5 pips, but all the other trades were very successful. And again, we had additional opportunities before that were, during the Asian session last night. I'll draw one of those out for you here. We had a horizontal break entry here, and then again we had a horizontal break here as well. Again, so you see it's very easy to plot these entries and using the trend lines, and I hope you guys are finding this very informative and using this to help you guys trade better as well. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. All of our contact information will be listed at the bottom in the description, and again, I'll be joining you tomorrow afternoon to do another market recap using Renko bars and horizontal and angle trend lines. That's it for me today. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.